Welcome,
All right, we're
everyone.
live.
We are live. Welcome, everyone, in to the first major broadcasting of Mid States Live, coming out of the middle of Nebraska.
Yeah, we're in multiple streams tonight. We are live on Mid States, both on YouTube and our Facebook. And we are also live on Hot Wheels TV. And we're going to have Mike join us here in a few seconds as he's sitting in the, what do you say, the blue and
red room.
Blue and red room, as we call it. It's no longer the green room. So we'll take everybody's comments and, we're going to have a fun night. So
as I restart my phone,
sit back, relax, have a good time. Got any questions for Mike? Let's hit them up. We'll try to get you up on the screen, and we'll do some club stuff afterwards, and let's have a good time. And hello to you. If you have not already done so, it would be really good if you can sit and allow StreamYard to access your profile. So
then we'll see who is. Yep. Then we'll see who will actually see who the comments are from. That makes our lives a little easier, especially when you're in the middle of resetting cell phones that don't want to work. The normal technical issue here on the show.
And look at that. I can type in the room now. I don't have to monitor. So we got some new features tonight. Obviously, we have our logo up in the corner, so we get to see that. Aloha's to everyone. Let's get this thing started, do you think? Or do we got anything else to share?
Oh, I think we can get started.
Now let's get this thing started.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. You all know him as Mike. Well, here he is, Mr. Mike Zarnock. Yes, this is live. We are live on YouTube and Facebook as well. So,
two different places.
Mike. Yeah.
Hello.
We're all over the place
today. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
This is new.
Yeah.
So we haven't done this where we've streamed out to multiple locations. We just normally it's just to our club page. So this is something new for us. We're going to try this, see how it works. I know Bruce was on a couple of weeks ago, and that went really well. So we're hoping to
You're not live on Mid States again.
Oh, Lord. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, well, we're going to have to go with it.
All right.
I
wish we could share it somehow.
Well, we can download these now, so they're on our...
I know, but most of our people are on the other side of the fence.
Oh, well. All right, let's get into this.
I posted the YouTube URL, so if people
they'll see that.
Then get into that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I know why, because I'm on the that's
it's a learning thing,
Yeah,
we're learning. It really is. And it's kind of hard sometimes to figure it out exactly how to maneuver through different places.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to bring up something here. It's not working.
Oh, look, I got my name down there. That's cool. That
works. Your name's down there. We can do little things like this too. Oops.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Well, there we go.
So, and we've got comments. Good evening. But we're getting...
I don't know where we're at.
But the cool thing is we're getting comments across all three streams. So
cool.
They're coming in from all over the place.
This is true.
Okay, so we already got them. So you guys gotta, you guys gotta ask them.
Here's our first question tonight. What was your favorite convention?
Oh man, you can't ask that. They're all great, Every convention is the same, but it's different, depending on the people that are there and the part of the country that you're in. I get to go to the LA convention every year. And of course, the nationals are different parts of the country. This time we're going to be in Charlotte, so we're going to drive. I can bring stuff to
Nationals are different parts of the country.
you know, to sell and stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's, you know, they're all. I mean, your guys' show, the Iowa show, you know,
That would be Aaron's show.
Aaron's show,
The Midwest. Yep.
Midwest Convention is
yeah,
Aaron's.
Midwest.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
that's
you know,
Aaron.
you guys got Mid States, Midwest,
Yeah. It all climbs
you know,
together.
and that was my first time hanging out with Aaron and Reagan and all you guys. You know, I had a great time. You know, I keep saying but you know, it's each show is different, and each show has its own great qualities. So no matter where you are, it's a whole bunch of crazy people like yourself. So you fit in with everybody. It's not like, you know, you're walking through Walmart and everybody's going, "Hey, there's that Hot Wheel guy. There's that Hot Wheel guy."
Yeah.
You know, you go to an event and everybody there is the Hot Wheel guy. So everybody's on the same, you know, same level and having fun and just getting to talk to people and hanging out. So I really don't have a favorite convention or event, you know. They're all good.
Awesome.
I can understand how that would be a hard decision to make.
Yeah. I mean, if there was one that I didn't like, I wouldn't go, you know.
This is true.
So yeah, you know, it's time away from everything else that you deal with, and you're spending it with your diecast family, your Hot Wheel family.
Yep.
You know, we only get to see each other in person a few times a year. We make the best of it, and it's just a great time. You know, and even the girls, you know, all the wives get together and drink their Fireball or whatever they drink there, and you know,
a lot of wine.
Yeah, and they have fun. So it's a diecast vacation. So no matter where it is, my wife has this poster on the door of her office, and it says, "Even a bad day at the beach is better than a good day at work." So
Awesome.
There you go. I think I've seen that picture, in fact.
I may have heard that a time or two. Well,
I think she posted it a few weeks ago. So
my wife, she's
Yeah.
always posting stuff about the beach.
It's rough living there for 3 years.
I've seen it a few times. That's about as far as I've gotten to it. So
Jason Brooklyn Keneally say hello from
Hello,
their
hello.
dad. From their
Hey,
dad,
guys.
Reagan. Okay, so let's get into the first question we have. How did you get started in the hobby?
In the hobby. I started in 1968 when Hot Wheels first came out. I was going down to W.T. Grant, which was our local little strip mall kind of store, you know, looking for Tom Daniel models. And, you know, he did the beer truck and the pie wagon and, you know, all the really cool stuff. And I come walking in there and I look up and there's Hot Wheels, the whole display. And, you know, mag wheels and superchargers and trick paint. And, you know, there was the Silhouette and the Beatnik Bandit and, you know, all the cool cars that were on the street. And I fell in love. So from day one, that spring or summer of 68 was the beginning of the end for me.
Awesome. Brent, you had questions too, right?
I've got a couple, yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to go in line, or do you want me to fire off ones that he's not ready for?
Fire ones that he's not ready for.
All right. I know you're a playset guy.
Yep.
What's your favorite playset of all time?
Oh man. Probably the Snake and Mongoose funny car set, or the rail set, you know, the Wild Wheelie set. Those were the earliest sets that I had. You know, I had the Hazard Hill set. I got that for Christmas in, I think, 70, 71. Played with that underneath my grandmother's kitchen table at Christmas time. I had to set it up, you know. But yeah, I think the funny car or the Wild Wheelie set, just the way with the drag chutes and, you know, 2 lanes going into one and all of that, you know, just all the cool stuff about drag racing. And I always been a drag racing fan, so yeah. You know, that's a question nobody's ever asked me.
Good.
I'm a big playset guy. There's just something about, especially the older playsets. The newer stuff is cool, but the older stuff just has that more. There was more. What's the word I'm looking for? Just ingenuity back then. You know, with the hill climb, like the I can't remember what it's called, but the yellow semi with the log truck.
Oh yeah, the Road King.
Yeah, the Road King set. I mean, there was so much great ingenuity back then.
Yeah.
To come up with just some of the greatest playsets, and I mean, there's a few behind me that I really like. So.
Well, you know, I've been talking recently with one of the older track set designers, and he, you know, shows me the pictures that they drew and all the things that they did to make these sets. You know, they had to come up with these ideas to make them work. You know, and it was a cool way of making a living. You know, there you are making track sets and play sets and all kinds of fun stuff, and of course they would bring those things home to their kids too, so the kids would play with them and say, oh, you know, this works, that doesn't work, and, you know, go from there. So, but yeah, I love track sets and play sets.
I can't imagine what it had to been like to have a kid, to have a parent that worked for Mattel, bringing home these play sets that no one had ever seen before, and you were the only kid on the block that had them. I mean, that kid had to be the most popular kid in town.
I always wanted to be in the commercial. I always wanted to be the kid playing in the commercial, you know. But eventually, after 50 years, I did get there.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So Brian has a question. He wants to know, out of all of your current stuff, is any of it still left from like the first year that you started?
No. Some of the cars are down here in the red line case. My parents got divorced probably in the, I want to say 72, 73, somewhere around there. So a lot of my stuff went to my cousins. My dad gave it all away. And the only thing that I really took out of the house was my motorcycle, my old Yamaha. But at that time, you know, 14, 15, the motorcycle was more important to me than the Hot Wheels. And I really didn't expect him to give them away. So, but yeah, track sets, play sets, none of that stuff is from, you know, when I was a kid. I've been buying all that stuff back as much as I can.
That's cool. So I was fortunate enough that when my parents got divorced, I actually wasn't into Hot Wheels at that point in time because I was still younger. I was playing with the mask cartoon toys. So all of those got thrown away, which is depressing, but I got into Hot Wheels after that. So I still have all my original toys from when I was a kid. So.
No, and you're still catching up. So.
Yeah, this is very true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have another question. They want to know, how many play sets are you missing?
Not many. There's a couple Redline sets. You know, some of the really, really odd, expensive ones. You know, I will buy a box, an empty box, and I will build that set. You know, to complete it, as long as I got a decent box. But yeah, there's maybe, I don't know, from 68 to 99, I might be missing maybe 10.
Wow.
Out of everything. Yeah. I mean, you know, you see all the stuff in all the red line stuff back there, and you know, I got Sizzler stuff. I got, you know, whatever I can find. I mean, even the small shots. Where are they? Oh, over there. You know.
Oh yeah, I see those up there.
And there's a couple of the really expensive small shots that I don't have. Still trying to get them, but it seems like I get outbid every time that they go up. There's somebody out there that wants them a lot more than I do. So
This is understandable.
I
They're
think
they're a niche group of the small shots. There's you don't there's I've heard more and more names that collect them more recently than I had in the past. So
yeah, I really don't know anybody. So I mean, I would love to meet somebody who does collect them, and maybe trade, or if they work together with them. So, but yeah, they're yeah.
I
If you know
believe
anybody, let me know
our
later.
I believe our friend Roy Friend Jr. collects them.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
And you do know him. So.
Yes, I do. He's a good guy. I like him.
Yes,
he's
he
the
is.
people's choice.
Yes, he is.
So James
Elkenstein rod.
Yeah, he's the one that won the People's Choice Award last year at Atlanta for making the little vacuum out of the
little red
Elkenstein
vacuum.
rod.
Yeah.
Little red vacuum.
Little red vacuum. Although it does have another name that we won't mention here.
Nope.
It's a family show.
That's right. James wants to know if you're ready to have dinner again at Famous Dave's.
Yes, I had a great time and great conversation, and it's always cool when I go places and I get to sit with the other collectors and learn about their collections and learn about their families and just just have fun meeting people, and a lot of people have become good friends over the years just from meeting people. So yeah, we had a great time at Famous Dave's last time.
Mhm.
We'll plan it a little bit more in advance this time.
Yeah, not like 5 minutes before, and we're like, "You got to figure this out." I'm like,
No, you guys took me around, and we had some great food.
Yes, we did.
That Mexican place.
"Oh
I had
yeah,
no idea what was in there, but it was so good. Oh man.
Juanita's.
Yeah.
Juanita's.
Well, when we were standing outside, the line was outside.
Yeah.
And we're thinking, do we really want to wait this long? And yeah, I would have waited longer because the food was just amazing. Yeah.
I think I ended up eating there 3 times that weekend. So.
Oh, it was good. It was real good.
Yes, it was.
So Don Anglin would like to know: are there any blue card variations that you're still missing?
There's a couple here and there. Let me see. One of the red Daytona. I want to say is it the chrome 10-spoke? That's a tough
Could
one.
be. Yeah,
That one.
I think that's right.
I think one of the purple Chargers. There's some odd wheel, like the number 29 with the black gear wheel on it.
Mm-hmm.
The I'm looking right at it, but the just odd wheel stuff that I would like to have, but there's still a handful of numbers that I don't have for my blue cards. We talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
So, but when it gets down to the really, really expensive stuff, I do have my real truck that I want to finish. So,
Which one?
The silver one's got to get done. Silver one's real close.
Yeah.
So,
You have a few project cars.
Yeah. But this one, this is the important one.
Yeah. And it is a cool.
We're gonna leave it at that.
I can't wait.
Corey Spencer says he's the one that's sitting in the corner. And we've got another question here from Roy Washer. He wants to know what your favorite casting is.
Favorite casting. And people always ask favorite. If I had a favorite of anything, I would have, like everything on it. But Hot Wheels are just everything to me, So I really don't have a favorite casting. When we did the coloring book, I had to come up with 19 of my favorite cars. That I could do, but I like tow trucks. Anything that carries a car. I grew up in a body shop, so tow trucks and car carriers and things like that are definitely my favorite things. But yeah, really don't have any favorite. I like them all. I like all the different eras of Hot Wheels. Whoops, lost my earphone here.
Earthquake.
So
Go ahead.
speaking of the coloring book, how did that come about, and how hard was it to pick the cars to go in there?
The coloring book, Fireball Tim asked me to do that for a couple of years now. And I was in LA, and every time I go to LA, he always, we get together and we talk and we have lunch or dinner or whatever. And he says, I really want to do that coloring book. I really do the, That's all right. Well, this year, I said, all right, we'll do it. And so he drew it all up. And he says, now I got to have 19 of your favorite cars. And I said, well, of course, I put the tow truck in, any tow trucks. Trying to think what Larry's record there.
Yeah, Larry's record's in there. Wish I would have brought it downstairs.
I like muscle cars. The AC Cobra. Don't tell Reagan that I put a Ford in there. But muscle cars and things like that. It was tough. I had a couple of months to pick out 19 of the favorite of my 30,000 Hot Wheels.
Mm-hmm. I was just trying to think what I would choose. Even in it's one or two is easy to do, but when you start getting into the teens, it's like,
well,
which one
definitely had to do my altered. So that was
that was a must.
Let's see here. Mike Hipner wants to know what is at the top of your want list as far as cars go.
271, for my my collector numbers. From there would have to be 30, I need 30, 51, 12, and 271. So, but any one of those. But yeah, 271 is up there on my list. I don't get into the prototypes and all that. Those high dollar crazy cars. So someday I'll get to finish my blue card collection, my 1 to 274. But yeah, I love track sets and things like that. I don't know of any track set that I really go crazy for, because I want the other ones that I need.
Mm-hmm.
But
gotcha. So what's your thoughts on fantasy castings? That's from Justin Patrick.
I've talked with Mattel, and the designers are friends of mine, and we because everybody says that. Oh man, they got the fantasy castings in there, and you got the goofy stuff for the kids and stuff. Yeah, my granddaughter loves that. All the kids love that.
I'm not a kid, but I have fantasy castings as well.
We the collectors are only 30% of the market.
Yeah.
So the kids and the moms and the grandmas and whoever are buying the impulse stuff in the store are the other 70%. So you have to have that stuff. You have to have fantasy castings to excite the kids, to get them to want to play with Hot Wheels. My granddaughter has played with Hot Wheels since she could crawl. And, she loves to play with Hot Wheels. She got the Mario set for Christmas. And, there's Mario cars with the princess and whatever, the little dinosaur thing, or, and she loves them. And she also loves her Barbie Corvette. So, me, I can take them or leave them, but they're an evil necessity. You know, we have to have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even
That's
back
fair.
in the blue card era, there was fantasy castings like the Pipe Jammer and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's you know, the Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever that thing is there, that purple thing.
Yeah, the dinosaur came.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know.
you have the Zombot, the Vampira, all of those
Yeah.
back in that day.
Yeah.
The Ratmobile.
Mm-hmm.
The Shark Cruiser.
Yep.
Shark
Oh, Shark
Cruiser.
Cruisers. That was awesome.
Yeah. So you know they're there. They're a part of the series, a part of the history. You know, so they're you got to have them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, James wants to know: would you like to have one casting brought back?
Yeah. Larry's Wrecker. You know, definitely one of my favorites. I love the Nomad. I had a couple as a kid, real ones. A Delivery, man, I would love to see Delivery, but that's not, you know. But yeah, I don't, you know, they've been doing really cool stuff. You know, like Brendan's Gasser, and you know, they're still coming out with cool stuff. So there's really nothing. You know, I'm looking on the walls here. Nothing really crazy that, you know, for me. You know,
I know for us in this area and within our club, the Stage Fright has a special little place in its heart.
Oh yeah.
Heart, and
Now
we'd like to see the Stage Fright come back.
Yeah, that would be cool. You know, that era of Hot Wheels. You know, the cool stuff like that. I think I just saw one of Reagan's questions there about Fords.
Yeah, he goes, "Why you're scared?"
But yeah, you know, there are so many cool things. I like the cement mixer. You know, the early one. You know,
yeah, the Pete one.
Yeah. So
yeah, that one's really cool.
Baja Bug, all that stuff. I mean, I love Real Riders. Real Riders are really, really cool. I like anything that looks real. So,
yeah,
you know.
Okay, let's see here.
Should we answer Reagan's question?
Yeah, we probably should.
You know, it's always a Ford Chevy thing. You know, I mean, I'm not a sports guy, so I don't know how, you know, everybody goes and talks about their teams and stuff like that. But to me, the only reason I stayed away from Ford. Now, my stepdad and my dad were both big Ford guys. We always had Ford wreckers. You know, my stepdad had a full custom chopped, channeled, sectioned 40 Ford in 1951. All right, with a flathead. But the Ford parts, nothing fits. Nothing fits. And me growing up as a poor kid and no money, you know, Chevrolet parts were in everybody's backyard. They're on the side of the road. You know, I would go to the junkyard. There'd be a set of heads in the junkyard, and I'd, you know, pop them off there. But everything from 55 up to what, 88, maybe something like that. The heads fit, you know, the intakes fit, you know, cams, everything, distributor, transmissions, whether it was a 6-cylinder, a small block or a big block, they all fit. So for $8, you could build a Chevy motor, you know, out of the junkyard or your backyard. But, you know, Fords, 289s and 302s, sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. Transmissions fit, they don't, you know, all of that stuff. So it just, that's the only reason I, you know, stay away from Fords. I've had Chryslers, you know, most of those parts fit. My 383 to 440 fit, transmissions fit, you know, stuff like that. It's just, they're harder to work on. They're harder to, you know, find parts for, more expensive to find parts for. You know, pound for pound, Ford always had more torque than Chevrolet. So, but yeah, I may tease everybody and bust everybody's chops about them. But you know, there's some quick Fords out there, and there's some quick Chevrolets. But Costs more to build a Ford than it does Chevrolet.
Reminds me of a song by Johnny Cash, except he was singing about Cadillacs and not Fords.
At one piece at a
The
time.
time.
Exactly.
Aaron, Mr. Aaron Plum there would like to know, what was the toughest car that you've seen and had to walk away from
Not buying.
and not buying it?
1975 or 1976. Guy called me up, says, I got a Roadrunner for sale. And now at that time, I had my 69 Roadrunner 383 4-speed car. I was senior in high school. Guy says, I got this Roadrunner and I want $200 for it. Okay. So I go out there and he's he's on a farm. So I get there and this Roadrunner is a convertible Roadrunner, 69 convertible Roadrunner. It has a clear scoop. I mean, like that big. And there is a 426 Hemi dual quads 4-speed car. So 69 Hemi convertible 4-speed car. $200.
Wow.
So I test drive it in the field and having a ball with it. And I bring it back and I says, this is great. But gas has gone up to like 70, 75 cents a gallon. This has got 2 4-barrels. I got 1 4-barrel on my 383. I just, you know what I mean? Can't do it. And that's the car that I should have never, ever walked away from.
Wow.
That's a car not to walk away from.
Yeah.
That's wow. I mean, I'm a diehard Chevy guy, and that's a wow.
Yeah, I mean, I've had GTXs and Roadrunners and Demons, and I've had some decent Mopars too. But yeah, that's one car that should have hung on. Should have just given it $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Klein is back. He wants to know, what casting would you like to see get the RLC treatment that hasn't had it yet?
Oh, man. You guys are asking me things about things that I really, really don't think of. There's a lot of cars that have already been done. I would like to see some different things. Like maybe a Mercedes 380.
That would be cool if they final runned it. Which I'm still hunting down some of those.
I really don't know. I mean, I liked it when they brought the red line castings back, for RLC a while ago. But yeah, I don't know. It really doesn't matter to me. I mean, they're making stuff, no matter what they're putting out, which is good, that they're selling out in like 8 minutes, no matter what it is. So
pretty much.
Yeah, and that's a good thing, because there was a time when they would put stuff out and they wouldn't sell hardly any. So it's nice that the RLC is coming back and doing really well. But yeah, as far as what casting I'd like to see, yeah, I really, like I said, that's just one thing I never really look forward to or think of,
Hot Wheel Hunter, Mr. Kent Bono said the Alter Ego would be a good one. RLC.
Yeah. So I would like to see them come out with, when they did the Wild Willie's altered, the Turtleneck T. I would love to see that as a mainline car. That'd be awesome. And some more. Oh, the Willie's. When that first came out, are you kidding me?
Yeah, when this thing came out, it was epic.
Yeah. I mean, gassers, that's the stuff I grew up with.
Yeah.
Every Saturday night we'd go to Utica Rome Speedway, and there were, guys had full steel Willies, and they were racing them. And Corvettes, straight axle Corvettes. You see a 55, 56 Corvette all chopped up and stuff. But yeah, it's all cool stuff.
And Mattel just released a sneak of the straight axle 63 Corvette gasser that they're going to do as a main line.
Well, the cool thing about having Brendan in there with this, he's a gearhead, and he's got real cars, and he loves that kind of stuff. So, and he's a big guy. So when he suggests, hey, let's do that, everybody thinks, oh yeah, I guess we better. But it's nice that the designers are gearheads, So
and that is one of the cool things.
Yeah, any of that stuff. It's sold to adults, so it might as well be something really cool. I mean, you're not going to see the Shark Cruiser as an RLC car, So,
No, I don't even think they'll even use that casting again.
So
they've modified it, but
it'd just be nice to see some really, really cool drag cars. I mean, I love drag cars, so I'd like to see some rails again.
Yeah, drag strip demon style, the original drag strip demons.
Yeah, stock cars.
Those were really cool.
The tough thing about that is, I mean, like if you wanted to do Dino Don Nicholson or the Grump or anything like that, you got to pay the licensing.
Yeah,
So when some of these groups want a lot of money, and they think that they're going to get a lot of money, and it's not going to happen. When Mattel did my car, heck, I would have paid them. So, you know what I mean? To have my car as a real Hot Wheel car, it's there's not a bigger honor in the diecast or racing world that I can think of.
No.
No.
Well, yeah, it's so if somebody's asking, I want $1 million, and okay, good luck.
Call Johnny Lightning.
Yeah.
So Brian Howe has a question. He wants to know how do we get as collectors an app or a checklist for all of the releases? Well, I know there's a couple secondary market ones out there, but has that something that Mattel has thought about?
They've thought about it. They worked on it for a while. It didn't work out well for some reason. And there are some things that I mean, if you're looking for a list that has everything, nobody knows what's out there. Nobody knows how what or how many cars were actually made. When we did the 50th anniversary, there were a lot of questions, and a lot of questions that nobody could answer. So, but as far as an app or whatever, there's the wiki, Hot Wheels wiki site out there, and there's some good stuff on there because everybody collectively uses it and adds to it. So but yeah, I don't know of any app. I know a couple of people have tried to do one, but there's just I mean, my last book, all right, just for instance, my last book was from 2000 to 2013, and that was 518 pages.
Jeez.
All right, yeah, you're over 200,000 words. So, and that's just for 18 years, or 13 years. Wait, was it 13 or 18? I don't know. I'm getting to the point now where everything's just blending in. But I think it's it was 13. So yeah, 13 years and 512 pages. So you can imagine how much bandwidth or how much whatever it takes to do one from 68 to to today.
Yeah.
So and even the last Tomart book was in two editions.
Mm-hmm.
2 volumes.
I would just think it would be hard to come up with some of the cars because, what has survived, especially in the early years, to where you could even get pictures of them,
Well,
Or figure out who has them.
right. There's
there's that.
a lot of stuff. There's a lot of the red line collectors. They have a lot of the colors, and between the most of them, you can come up with all of the colors. But things like the new things that are coming around. Now with the internet, a lot of the Leo stuff is being found, and there's like 8,644 different colors of one car.
Yeah.
So and no one knows where they are. I mean, I want to say probably in the past 4 or 5 years they've been really going crazy, and the prices are going crazy. So, but every time you turn around, if you're following eBay, there's new stuff showing up. So making a book for that, I've been trying to do that with James Lombardi. He's got huge collection, but every time you turn around, there's more stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine doing that with the other million or so cars that are out there. Because if you're going to do it, you can do the play sets and the track set cars and stuff like that. So there's just as many variations with those as there are with the mainline cars.
Yeah, because I know there's 5 Leo 380 SEL Mercedes, and I only have 2. Or no, do I have 3? I have 3. I have 3 out of 5, but I've only seen one of them once, and it's behind me. So.
Yeah, and one, finding the others.
Mm-hmm.
2, you're not the only guy looking for them.
No.
So you're going to be bidding back and forth. You know what I mean? So it's and that's the cool thing about what we do. It's the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And if they were readily available, it'd be okay. But it doesn't matter how much money you got. You still got to hunt it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I had an opportunity to get 2 of them, but I missed out. So.
We've got a question from the YouTube side of things. John Trees wants to know if Hot Wheels is ever going to make a cat eye Silverado. That's something I've never heard of.
No, me either. What's a cat eye Silverado?
It's the 90. I want to say 6 through like 2001. They've got kind of more of the slant-eyed headlights to them.
Oh,
gotcha.
That's up to those guys. Whenever they have a sit down, they talk about what they think everybody's going to want. They hate peg warmers as much as everybody else does. And if they could pick cars that won't become a peg warmer, they're doing great. So if it's, everybody loves square bodies. Square body S10s, first gen S10s, and square body C30s, and or not R35s. Like I got, C10s. Everybody likes them. So to get into the odd stuff, it is questionable. And you also have to remember that they're like 2 years right now. This is 2022. They're working on stuff for 24, 25, and is the bottom going to fall out of the square body craze by then, or the cat eye thing, or you know what I mean? So there's a lot of thought that goes into, is this going to be okay?
Yeah. So, I'm ready for the new 90 454 Chevy to come out.
That'd be, the SS 454.
Yep.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to be a new RLC here in the future. So
that'd be cool.
They had it's got an opening hood, and they had it at up in Cali last year. So
And I can see that having the classics 5 spokes on it, because that's pretty much what the real ones look like.
We were actually talking about that the other night, which wheel they were going to go with. Yeah, the classics would be the wheel choice to use. Justin Patrick wants to know, what's the oddest Hot Wheel product in your collection?
I've got Hot Wheels underwear. I've got
There we go.
I've got Hot Wheels toothbrush, toothpaste, a kid's shaving kit.
How's that Aquafresh taste?
I got a lot of that stuff, man. Let's see, what are some of the other odd things that I have? I have what?
Did you get your stance socks?
No, I did not get those. I
got a pair for you.
All right, super. Thanks. But yeah, I love the odd stuff. I have a bowl and plate and fork and spoon, trash cans, the Easter baskets. But yeah, I think the kids' socks and underwear and yo-yos, you name it. I mean, anything that can have the Hot Wheel logo on it. I got Heelys. Remember the sneakers where the wheels pop out?
Oh yeah,
got those. Yeah. I'm just looking around to see what. I mean, I've got just about all the lunch boxes.
Car care products.
Oh yeah. Of course, a lot of car care products. But yeah, I mean, you shampoo, soap.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, anything that you can think of. I mean, I got it.
Nice.
Okay, so this Brian Klein guy again.
He's got a lot of questions tonight.
I know. He wants to know what your thoughts are on the recent boom of the hobby and where do you see it going in the future?
I don't see it as the recent boom. I mean, people have always been collecting. And if you're talking the recent boom from 95, 96, that's when I saw it start to get crazy again. The younger guys are just part of us, our kids, our grandkids. So, but I have you guys seen a recent boom of influx of more collectors? Or
I would say 2017 is when you really, in my opinion, start to see things escalate as we worked really towards the 50th anniversary celebrations. And then I thought there would be a drop off, and if anything, it's just almost doubled every year. And,
which is good.
Yeah.
I think the pandemic has brought back a lot of people too.
It has, and I think with all the extra money that people were getting for staying home, it made prices really crazy. But the more people collect, yeah, it's great. I get emails and I get all kinds of messages and stuff about people wanting to know what to collect. What can I buy that's going to be worth $1 million down the road? And if I knew that, man, I'd be a rich guy. But that's not what it's about. You need, excuse me, it's a hobby, enjoy it. And like I said earlier, I get to go places, I get to meet people, I get to hang around with people and talk to people about their hobby. I don't want to talk about your bank account. I don't want to talk about, anything else. So I don't buy Hot Wheels for an investment. Whatever I got here, if I die tomorrow, they're going to garage sale for 25 cents. I'm sure of it.
Let me get your address.
But it's a hobby.
Yeah.
And people always ask me, what's your idea about it? This, that. Enjoy it. Enjoy meeting other people like yourself. And have fun collecting the cool stuff that makes you happy. It's what makes you happy. If you're gonna get all upset, you're gonna go to the store. If you're looking for a super treasure hunt and you open up 10 cases, there's no super treasure hunts, and you get all upset and you start kicking stuff and you throw. That's not a hobby. That's not fun.
Mm-mm.
But if you go to the store and you're talking to a little kid and you find a super, give it to the kid. That's even better. So it's the fun thing. It's not the money thing. Somebody said something the other day about opening up a whole bunch of cases and not finding a super. Between your gas money and the wear and tear on your car and the time that you spend, buy them off the internet for $10-15 if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I go to the store because I like variations. I will take a variation over a super treasure hunt any day because there's a lot less of them than there are of the super treasure hunts. And it's the hunt. It's the fun.
Yeah.
So, but just my opinion.
No, you're not wrong. And as Brian Klein just recently pointed out here, he said, come for the cars, stay for the friendship.
Right. Exactly. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So
some of my best friends I've met because of toy cars. So
don't tell that story.
What story?
The first time he met Roy.
Oh
no, we're not going there. I wasn't going to go there, but I'm just saying, Hot Wheels in general have brought me together with a lot of my friends. And I don't just collect Hot Wheels either. I mean, I have, I've got everything from the Revell lowriders to Matchbox, industrial power trucks.
It's
cool,
right?
I mean, I collect majorettes. I got red lines, black walls.
Yeah.
Fantasy castings. I have everything.
Yeah. You don't see that majorette and go, oh wow, I could probably get $14 for that. No, it's cool.
Yeah.
You're gonna play with it. You're gonna do stuff with it. And
yeah, like there's charted ones right behind me.
Yeah.
Reagan wants to know who gets into more trouble, you or Walker.
Walker.
And he's not here to defend himself, so
that's why.
That was a really fast answer. I'm just saying.
Growing up, did you ever have one of them friends that always got you in trouble?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not friends with him anymore.
Walker, he'll just, he'll get me going, and all of a sudden it's like, oh man, the cops are here, we're done. So
that's why I'm not friends with the kid that I used to get in trouble with, because the cops did get there.
No, we have fun, we work off of each other, we say stupid things, and it's just a great relationship. And I met him through Hot Wheels, and we've been brothers ever since. So we got each other's back. We help each other out. We know, there's times that I know he's in a bad mood and I won't talk to him for a week. It's like my wife, you know what I mean? It's like, nope. I see you later. And I'll just wait for him to come around, and he'll go, hey, what's going on? I said, oh, okay, you're all right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I mean, we made some good friends, and but like I said, his wife Marcia and my wife, get together, and they look forward to seeing each other, a few times a year that we do, and pretty much inseparable when we're together. So, but yeah, I mean,
4 weeks.
Yep.
Not even.
But yeah, we just have fun, and that's what it's about. So, but yeah, he gets some more trouble than I do.
Nice. Okay, so John Trees wants to know about the rumors on the ID cars, if they're being discontinued.
I was on the committee when those were first put together. I sat with a whole bunch of people from all over the country and different walks of life, and we had talked about it. I thought it was a cool idea, but I'm a dinosaur, you know. I had to have my granddaughter come and teach me how to use the set. So I heard, not from Mattel, but I'm just hearing a lot of rumors that it's, you know, that it's going to go away.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, you would think, I mean, it was designed and built for the next generation of Hot Wheels collectors. You know, you got the kids with the video games. Well, I'm not kids. I mean, you know, there's guys your age that play video games.
Mm-hmm.
But here you have a hands-on toy Hot Wheel car that you can also include in a video game. You know, you can download your stats. You can, you know, there's all kinds of different things that you can do with this car. The track set was kind of hard to deal with. You know, my granddaughter and I set up, we played with it, and we just really couldn't get it to work that well.
Couldn't get the track pieces to link together.
No, we got that to work. Well, maybe some people didn't. You know,
that was my biggest issue. I couldn't get the computer to recognize the track that I was putting together.
Okay.
It wouldn't recognize the loop that they were telling me to put in or something like that. So
yeah, there was, you know, different things about it. So I don't know if they expected the techie kids to really get into it, you know, because it was pretty technical.
Mm-hmm.
So and you know, it was designed that you could also trade the cars and keep the stats and the race wins and things like that in the car.
Yeah.
So if I sold you my car, all of my victories went with it.
Yep.
You know, and they were even talking at one time of doing like a Mike Zarnock car, Chris Walker car, you know, guys from the Mattel themselves, you know, and have us race against each other and then give those cars away. You know,
That'd have been cool.
Yeah. But I think because of the complications with making it work, you know, it didn't.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think they expected much more from the kids to embrace it, and they didn't.
Yeah.
You know, so the cars were cool.
I did. I actually have. I'm looking at them now. I have 124 of the physical ID cards that have been released. The last 12 are on order, and I have both the portal and the track that comes with the portal as well. So I will have all 136 cars technically that are available. There's one that's I will never have, and that's the MEA ID that they did for the dinner for Mattel employees.
Oh.
There's a gold Roger Dodger for the MEA employees. And
I'll have to look and see what I got.
If you got one, let me know. I'd love to have 137.
I got a whole care package, you know, for being on that committee. And there's actually a bone shaker, a Mike Zarnock bone shaker that's in my thing upstairs. I'll send you a picture of it later. It's in a case, got my name on it, and
very
cool stuff. But
very cool.
Yeah, you know, and I would say if you have the opportunity to get those last 12 cars, I would do that.
I already got them on order.
They're already on order.
Good.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna have 124 because there's, you know, the last case is 12 cars, and each car in the case is different. So that's the only way you're going to get all of them in one shot is just to spend the money to just get them all in one shot and then get them all scanned in my phone and keep on racing. So
well, you don't want it to be like the what were they, the cop rods and all those, you know, the last handful went to the mom and pop toy shops. They didn't go to the big stores, and those, you know, they're $1,000, $1,200 for some of them. So
the military and the fire.
Yeah,
those ones and they're mostly Silverados and
Well, I think when
Camaros
I was
and stuff
when I was
like
at the
that.
Iowa show last time, somebody had one of the pickups and wanted like $800 for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So Base Booster wants to know if they'll do a 2000 Camry and a Hot Wheels. I think more probably that might end up in the Matchbox era side of the house, but you never know.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, they pick and choose what they think. There's been times that they've come to me and said, "What do you think? What do you think that the people would like?" And here I am saying stuff like a Rambler Scrambler, the cool muscle cars that I like that you don't see, and then they go with the JDM stuff. So it's like, why'd you ask me? We're gonna go with everything Zarnock doesn't want.
Well, if they ask you again, say 79 Malibu, get the license from Johnny and start making them.
Or a 2000 Dodge Dakota. I have the resin prototype
There
over
you go.
here. I can let them borrow it for a little bit.
Well, isn't that Malibu the one with the Landau top on it?
The Landau versions, yeah.
Yeah.
Were those were the Landau ones.
Got to do that in bright green.
They were more of a baby green or brown or.
Oh well, yeah. I knew a guy had the what the heck was it called? Had a goofy scoop on it too from the factory. It was like a brown, a light brown.
Most of the Malibus were either, they had a lot of copperish brown colors.
Yeah.
They had a lot of ugly greens. There wasn't very many white ones. There was light blue, like a robin blue, robin eggs blue. There wasn't very many black ones. Those were more of the Royal Night versions.
Some more deliveries. I'd like to see a 55, 6, and 7 delivery series. 58. Two-door wagon stuff. I mean, I love two-door wagons and deliveries.
65 Chevelle two-door wagon.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
My dad actually has one of those here in town. So.
Awesome. There's only a handful of those around anymore.
Yeah, at one point he had 2 of them. Then he sold one. He still got the one, and he actually has a 454 big block that I believe is bored over to a 460 in that one. So
cool. I saw a guy chop one.
Oh,
I was like, I can't believe you did that. But
I couldn't do that.
So Mr. Plum would like to know about your movie career.
Been in 3 different indie movies. They were all I had all speaking parts, which was good. Normally you don't get a speaking part. The cool thing about it was that they used my house because I got a big house and a lot of property. So they said you could be in the movie if we could use your house, and I said okay. So they used my sunroom for. We're one of the models were on the bicycle, and she was in my pool in her bikini, and so I was good with all that. It was a lot of fun. I think Kent and I were talking the other day a little bit about it. Sometimes they've asked me to do a different accent, and that's about my hardest thing to do is because I can get into it, but then I'm thinking, well, everybody knows me, and they know I don't talk like that, so it kind of messes me up. So, but it's a lot of fun playing a different character and just yeah. And then seeing yourself on the screen, and like the TV thing, I when I get to see myself on doing the History Channel stuff, it's like, wow, that's me. Never thought that I'd be doing that, even though I've always wanted to be an actor, but yeah, I never thought I'd ever get the chance to do it.
What's the difference between TV and movie?
Movie is all scripted, and I was allowed to go off the script a little bit as long as I had the same premise. You know what I mean? I was able to say it in my words, because sometimes the way the writer will write it, I don't think that my character would say it that way, so I was able to say it how I would actually say it to you, like if we were like you were in my face, and the writer, who is not really a tough guy, would write it, well, if you don't get out of my face, we're going to have a little issue. You know what I mean? And where I would go, I'm going to tell you what, pal. You and me,
Yeah.
we're going to dance. So if you want to dance now, let's go. All right? So, you have to take what makes you, or use what makes you, be able to portray it with some feeling, and so people can believe you, so, but the TV, just like we're doing now, they'll ask me a question and I'll give them the answer, and out of a 20-minute answer, because I like to talk, there'll be a 3-second answer that they cut it down to.
Nice.
So,
which is no fun.
Yeah, well, but the 50th anniversary, I had like 13 minutes in that show out of 35 minutes, and that's a lot. But they followed me around in Texas. They came to my house. We probably filmed 20, 30 hours.
Wow.
And they got 13 minutes out of it.
Makes you wonder what other hidden gems are in there from all that footage.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. And
it was really cool to watch them build the Hot Wheel 50 for the 50th anniversary, but I think they should have did that as like a second show, just to show like the building of the car, like they do on Gas Monkey or West Coast Customs or any of those shows, the Resurrection and all of that stuff. I wish they would have done that and then did that, or make it a 2-hour special or something, so we could have heard more from guys like you.
Their premise was, it didn't start out to be the show that it ended up to be. I could tell you that. They came to me and they said, we want to ask you a couple questions. We want to come to your house. I said, well, I can't because I'm going to Texas. And they said, okay, well, we'll go to Texas. So it all started. I mean, if anybody was there in Texas, they showed me, walking through the doors with my suitcase and going and, giving Walker a great big hug and, just all kinds of things that they didn't use. But once they saw Walker and I together and how we played off of each other and, how people reacted to us, it kind of evolved. So it went from what they had thought to what it became. And then they came here to my house. They went to Walker's house. And, just it became a much better show than it was originally to be planned for,
Cool.
But a lot of it was the car that they were supposed to build. And, they had issues with the car. They had issues putting it together. They had issues getting an idea,
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but
the Hot Wheel 50.
right.
This
is just the new one.
Just like if anything that deals with Hot Wheels or diecast in general, the cars are what get you there, but it's the people. The people is what makes you stay and why you end up becoming friends with people and how you do everything together. I mean, him and I met over a trade box. That is literally how we met, in a very, very bad hotel that had no heat. And we're walking around in our Hot Wheels blankets trading cars.
Well,
Cool.
you might have been. I had a coat on, but we were inside, and It was at a toy show in Lincoln, and it was not in the best location. It was winter and it was snowing inside. Well, not sure how, but it was snowing inside.
But you didn't
and
care though, right? I mean,
No.
you were there playing with Hot Wheels, so it made no
Yeah.
difference, man.
Yeah, and like he said, that's where me and him literally met, was at a toy show over a trade box. I had a whole bunch of stuff for trade, and me and him swapped cars for, I don't know, about 15, 20 minutes, and then we just kind of hung out for a little bit, and then we started talking to each other, and then we became better friends, and here we are. So
we share a room at Nationals now.
We all have this one thing in common. You know, it's the love of the toy and the hunt, and all the fun that we have with it.
Mm-hmm.
So when there's another guy or girl or whomever, that it enjoys the same thing, no matter what your hobby is, you get along, and it's somebody else to bounce off of, so yeah. I've made some great friends, man.
Okay, Base Booster, where you need to go is up to Baltimore and go hang out with the Charm City Collectors Club. Those guys will take care of you, and there's a great group of guys. They're not far away. I've made that trip several times, so go hang out with those guys. Yeah, just say you don't want the stage fright, and then they'll make it.
Catching up on some questions here.
Somebody had a question on the, and I'm seeing it everywhere. The stores are empty, not because of Mattel, not because of Walmart. They're empty because all the stuff is sitting in the ocean, and a little bit is coming out now. Our Walmarts, we have two or three, just starting to get like the C and D cases.
Mm-hmm.
We would have like the A case, we get one or two, and then gone, and then the B case. So everything was in the ocean, and nobody unloading it. So all that stuff is starting to come around now, but yeah, it's not Mattel's fault. It's not it's not Walmart or Target or anybody else's fault. It's just nobody could get it to the stores.
Yeah, I just found some EK stuff the other day. So
cool.
Yeah, I got the new little tuned Silverado. So
does centering of the decal on Hot Wheels cars make the price go up or down? No. If you can find one that's where it's supposed to be, that's the rarity. Because
ain't that the truth?
They're all over the place. I mean, when we would have Kmart days, my buddy Brent, my other buddy John, and Brett, I get like you two, you got Kent and Brent, we got Brett and Brent. And,
everyone must rhyme.
Yeah. So and we would just line them up on the tables after everybody left, and there'd be like 15, 20 cars of each. And you look at them, and none of them had the Tampo in the same place, But there you go. It's people collect that stuff, and there's some people that will only get the ones with the correct placement of the Tampo. I mean, right where it's supposed to be. So apparently, you're not going to get that many cars.
No.
But I mean, stuff that the Tampos are missing, people collect those. That's cool. Or reverse bases, those are cool.
That's him.
Everybody collects different stuff. But as far as value, I leave them in the store. If I know somebody locally that collects that stuff, I'll grab it and give it to them. But to me, it has no great value. And that's another thing too. I don't make prices up. So, people, what's this worth? What's that worth? Whatever somebody's willing to pay for it. It's not, Mike Zarnock says this car's worth $20. It's not. I mean, whatever somebody's actually paid for it, that's how my books work. if somebody paid $100 for it, that's what I put in, as the price. Prices are all relevant to what somebody is willing to pay for it. Would I pay $72,000 for, the beach bomb? No, but Bruce did, and there was somebody else bidding against him. So there's two guys crazy enough to spend, $70,000 on a Hot Wheel car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've spent $500, $800 on stuff. And to me, like you guys said, I got real cars. So for $500, I can buy some good stuff for my truck. So
Yeah.
but prices are all relevant to what anybody wants to pay for them, and don't miss your rent payment to buy Hot Wheels.
Please. Yes, that would be bad.
I know people that have done that. So it's a hobby. Again, have fun with it, and
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough. I've never cracked 1,000 on anything I've ever bought. So
there you go.
So how do you keep everything organized?
On paper? I mean, is that what you mean? A list?
Well, and whether it be a list or how do you have everything up in the room how do you group things? Because I am struggling with this mightily.
My blue cards I have on the wall over here on the other side, and then of course numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of their variations, and I have them in my slides things there. Behind me is the Redline era, so I have that stuff there. On the other side is more Redline stuff, which is the Sizzlers, and the Hot Birds, and the hot train or hotline trains and stuff like that. Then I move over to the Blackwall era. I've got turbo track sets, the Army sets, the Action Command, and I got some track sets down there. The American race trucks and stuff like that, and I try to keep each wall in that era, So that's what, like over here, I got the all of the workhorses in there we go, in a five pack thing that I got from Dawes Drugs, but they all fit in there,
Yeah.
And I got some track sets there. Got the airplanes and the helicopter.
Do you have any of the boats?
What boats? No Hot Wheel boats.
Oh yes, there is.
What Hot Wheel boats? I got trains. Seen the trains?
I can't remember what they're called now.
No, Brian Barron has them.
I know.
We've seen them.
We'll have to talk to him.
It's a boat. Yeah.
From where?
Same time frame as your trains and stow and goes.
80, 83, 84, 85.
Yeah,
they're huge.
Huge.
Like 4 feet long kind of things.
Oh, yeah. Are they from Arco? Like from Italy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen them.
Yeah. Oh, we'll have to get the
we've
picture.
stumped him on tonight.
Like the Leos, things are showing up more and more with the internet. The Arcos have the big tractor trailers, 143rds, and those are crazy, man. Those are stupid money.
See, I'm struggling with, and I'm going to use his car as an example, the 380. The 380 has, in the early 80s, the gold hot ones and your traditional Blackwall. And then it goes all the way up until about, 99, right?
Yes.
Well, those aren't really Blackwall era. Those are transitional era cars. So to me, if I want to keep my Blackwalls together, I can't put those 5-spoke and 10-spoke wheels in there with the rest of the gold hot ones and ultra hots. And that's my problem.
If you have, at one time I had this whole wall with 2,500 cars on it. and I had blue cards and blue and white cards together. And I could only bring it up to, I think probably in the 900s, the numbers. But yeah, I did it just because they were numbers, you know. But if you're going to do black walls, then you got to do black walls. You know, well, here, can we do the
mobile show?
That right there?
Yeah.
You know, those are that era right there. That's 80s, early 80s, right? All right. And then we go down to those there. And then, you know, I try to, you know, break them up to that kind of, you know, those eras where, you know, there's no five spokes in there, but there's real riders, there's ultra hots, you know, stuff like that. So but it's all up to you on how you want to display them, you know.
Well, I got told I can't play around anymore.
Basically, what I'm going to do here in a matter of weeks is I'm going to put things. Some things will be together, like the Passions might be together, the Camaros. Some of the Camaros might be together, but then I'll have like all my police cars together, and my police cars will go everywhere from, you know, the early sheriff cars to, you know, even I've got some Johnny Lightning and Green Light cop cars. Those will all go together. So you will have everything from Matchbox to Hot Wheels to Johnny Lightnings to M2. All the cop cars will be together.
Why not?
And if you're an analytic kind of person,
you mean the guy that works in the bank with numbers and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
You know,
you can't do that because that's not the way that they need to go. But like, all my ID cards will be together because regardless of the make, model, color, design, all my ID cards will be together because they are a special design. Just like the cool classics will be together because those are a special paint scheme that go together. But other than that, I don't like a super. I'll put it in with next to the regular. I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, I've got not there now, but you know, I had all the 95 treasure hunts, the 96 treasure hunts, all in order to what their number was.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever number it was in there, but yeah, I just try to keep the eras together, so it makes it like all the red lines are down here, you know, in the case there, and I got, you know, the vinyl play sets in there with them, and you know, stuff like that. But it's all in how you want to collect. I see people do all colors, you know, like what's behind you there in your shelves. They'll do all purple cars, all red cars, all blue cars. And, you know, doesn't matter how old they are. It's just that they like that. Or they'll do all Corvettes, all Mustangs. It's your hobby, man. It's what makes you happy. Don't be, you know, it's like building a hot rod. You know, I didn't build it for you. I built it for me.
There you go.
You know, so however you collect your Hot Wheels or your toys is totally up to you.
So I got another question. Okay. What did you think about being at last year's Midwest Diecast convention?
It was great. It was awesome. Got to meet a lot of cool people. I like the friendliness of it. You know, like as soon as I met you and Reagan and Jace, you know, I kept calling him the wrong name. Poor kid. But you know, we just talked about where I was from, and you were showing me around, you know, where you live, and you know, we're talking about Hot Wheels, and you know, you took me to Walmart and I bought coffee, and you know, it's just cool to to have fun and be with, with other people. The show is in its infancy. And the plans that are for this year, there's a lot of plans for this year, and it's I can see it's going to evolve into a really, really cool show.
Show that flyer again. Yeah, because
Brendan,
this year, yeah.
Brendan's going to be there. Brian Benedict's going to be there. Walker and I'll be there. Is Lee Allen coming? I don't.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lee and Angela will both be there as well.
Yeah.
And I think Bo's coming too.
Who's that?
Their
dog.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, just like when we all went out to dinner in that little town, it was like a ghost town. It was like Bob's Diner or something.
Oh, okay.
Did you go to that?
No, we weren't. We had already. That was on. I think that was Sunday night or Monday.
It was. I'm telling you, man, the food was unreal, and just it was cool. So the show itself, I found a lot of good stuff, and the vendors were great. Everybody was just I can't say enough good things about it, and there was nothing bad about it.
Good to hear. Aaron does a good job with that show, and and this year it's just going to be even better than it was last year, and it'll be just as much fun, if not twice the fun. So
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Should be a good time. Okay, what else do we have? What's been your favorite?
House.
I like
as
that
many
one.
cars around as you can.
Adam Grapes did it. Why not everybody else?
I've never done it. See you Sunday or see you Saturday.
As long as they're not missing and don't get damaged, it's all fun.
It's just like my house. As long as they don't come up missing or get damaged, I'm okay with people digging around.
There you go.
What's been your favorite moment so far in the hobby?
Man, of course, having my altered done as a Hot Wheel, that's definitely it. And being asked to do the anniversary, the 50th anniversary, having Mattel call me and ask me questions, and getting to be friends with the people at Mattel. I'll get a phone call from Larry. Hey, Mikey, what are you doing? And we'll go places. And, the first thing Larry says is, come on, Mikey, we're going to go, we're going sightseeing. So I really, it's been an amazing journey for me. Being that 10-year-old kid collecting Hot Wheels, playing with Hot Wheels, and here I am, being on TV, and just being at the conventions and signing autographs, and that's a freaky thing, because I've always been the guy on the other side of the table, and so I always make sure that no matter who is there, how long they're there, that everybody gets a chance, to talk to me or get an autograph, or I will stop in the middle of the hallway and talk to somebody. That's what I'm there for, and I enjoy it, but I also enjoy making people happy. So there's so many things that have happened just from being a collector and writing books and all that. I feel blessed. I really, really do, to be able to do what I do for the hobby, with the hobby. And, I don't have a favorite thing. Again, I'm just so happy to be able to do what I do. And,
Awesome. What is it like to prepare for convention? And then once you get there, what is that like? How is it different? I mean, like for Brent and I, we just get a walk around. I'm sure things are a little bit more structured for you.
When I go to a convention, you know what? The Midwest convention was probably the most lax event that I've been to. When I go to conventions, my time is theirs.
Mhm.
So I have a schedule. My autograph session is this time. I'll do a seminar at this time. I have to be here at this time. I have to do this at this time, and which nothing wrong with that. I love it. I mean, that's why I'm there. Okay. So I have to make sure that my laptop works. I have to make sure that I have all my information ready. And if I bring anything, well, of course, my signing sheets. There always has to be something different for my signing sheets every event. And just to make sure I'm on top of my game. And the older I get, the more I forget. So I have a lot of notes. But my wife helps me a lot with that too. And I think the shenanigans between me and Walker kind of lighten it up. So
the T-shirts.
And the T-shirts too. It's gotten to the point where I have to have a T-shirt, a goofy T-shirt for the event, and my wife's always going, "What are you gonna do for a T-shirt?" I don't know. Well, you only got a couple weeks left. Yeah, I know, and I'll put one together. Like the last time we were in LA, Brendan called me and said he wanted to do a Godfather T-shirt for Walker. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I did that. Brendan sent me the file, and I put it all together, and I made sure everybody had T-shirts for that event. The other one that I liked was the Ralph Cramden one on the bus. That was, but it's got to be something cool and something funny.
The Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters. Well, Walker did that one.
Yeah.
And it was perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, the T-shirts are a cool thing. We always do something, to make it fun and keep everybody going. So, but yeah, it's just getting my head together. Leaving home and well, now that I'm retired, but when I was working, getting to a convention and being treated the way that I do. Then I have to go back to reality, and it's a totally different thing. But it's like anything else. It's like going on vacation. You got to make sure the car's packed and you got everything, because you don't want to get on vacation and remember that you forgot your toothbrush.
I hear you.
Yeah,
So
that happened.
On a addition to this question, for like your hero card or your e-sheet that you sign for the autograph session, do you get to pick what those are, or do they just make them up for you?
No, I do them.
Okay.
Them. Yeah. I do all the artwork. Once in a while, I'll get stumped because I've done so many of these. It's like, what do I do now? Because every time I do one, I try to make it the best that I've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like being married for 30 years. How many things can you give your wife for her birthday and for Christmas and, Valentine's Day and every year try to make it better.
Yeah.
So, I do.
True.
I do all of the artwork and stuff. This last time, Lee Allen wanted to do mine, but they're going to use the one from the last Charlotte show that we didn't get to go to. But pretty soon, Lee Allen's going to do one for me. And
I actually messaged Brendan earlier today about a question from the original Charlotte, because I was wondering what they did with those. Because
we're using them all.
Really?
Yeah.
So even though we're going to be at the 22nd Nationals, it'll still have have this logo on them?
No, they're going to take, believe it or not, because each one of those were already printed up and ready to go for that event. And those things are like $1 a piece. They're
expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive. So no sense in throwing away a couple grand worth of e-sheets, and so they're just going to get stickers, put them over the date that was originally, because nobody's seen those. You know, they are all new, so that's what we're going to have.
I saw one a couple years ago. So you answered the question I sent to Brendan earlier today.
So how has collecting changed now that you have your granddaughters?
Well, with the one granddaughter first, everything, you know, every time I did a case opening, I got to keep one of everything, and everything else, all the doubles and stuff, she got. So, you know, and if you've seen any of the videos that she's done with me, the first thing she wants to do is rip it open. And it's cool because, you know, we play. We have, you know, she has the Mario Kart track. Like I said, she has the 6-lane track. We'll build a big loop in my office with a power booster, and we'll get like 30 cars going on it and just, you know, have a ball with it. Yeah, having her around allows me to play more, allows me to relax more. She's pretty much the only one that can get me away from my desk. You know, Grampy, let's go play Hot Wheels. Okay. So and now with Peyton, the younger one, it's probably going to be the same thing. You know, I'm going to have a lot more.
Yeah.
Well,
and of course, you know, what?
Have to have them send you an extra case.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, yeah. So, and of course, her friends, when her friends come over, you know, they all got to have cars. And you know, of course, we give them away for Halloween, and like her now the Paisleys in school, they have little parties and stuff like that. So I send like 30 cars for all the kids in her class, and of course neighborhood kids. Yeah. So
nice.
there's not many extras around anymore.
Nice. Reagan wants to know: did your boys collect as much as you did?
Chris, yes. And he still does. He's the oldest one. He's the one that has a bunch of S10s. Cody was into Matchbox for a while, but not, you know, Cody is Cody buys new cars, real ones, you know, or Chris will buy an old beat up S10, something, you know, some project to work on. And the boys are totally different ends of the motor vehicle spectrum, you know.
Gotcha.
Where Cody will spend 40, 50, 60 grand on a vehicle, where, you know, Chris will, $2 grand, we're good. So, you know, but yeah, the Chris does collect, and he customizes too when he has the time. And but yeah, Cody, not anymore. No, I said he collected Matchbox for a while, but no.
Okay.
Very cool.
I think we've got one last question here for the night. And so how often do you get asked to authenticate things? And when you do, all you get is the picture that's sent through either a text message or through Messenger?
No. I will get, when I authenticate something, I have to have it in my hand. I have to see it. So people will send it to me and give me as much information on the car as they can, where they got it, when they got it. I mean, you know, I do this for guys like Pascal. I do it for the you know, post office, you know, things like that. I have ways of knowing how to tell if the blister has been off or replaced, you know, things like that. But no, I will not authenticate a car from a picture. I have to have it in my hand. I have to have the package in my hand. I have to feel the package. I have to look at the package. You know, there's a lot of ways of telling, you know, if it's been altered or not, and go from there. But you know, I love being able to say, yeah, it's, you know, it's real, you know, it's untampered with, blah blah blah. But I really dislike saying, you know, the package has been put together with double-sided tape or super glue, or you can see that there's wear on the wheel in the package.
Yeah.
Right.
This car has been rolled up and down a driveway, and why is it in the package?
Mhm.
So
Okay.
Walker and I do a seminar on stuff like that too now. So
do you get sent? Oh, go ahead, Brent.
No, go ahead, because you're still on this one. Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you get sent pictures a lot and people say, hey, what is this? What is that? Is this real or not? And, do you have to break people's hearts sometimes?
I get emails without pictures. Hey, I got this red Hot Wheel. I don't know if it's real or not. Okay.
Gotcha.
And it's like, well, can you send me a picture? And then they'll send me this blurry, tiny little picture. I said, no, I gotta, give me a nice big picture of it. I want to see the base. I want to see the card. I want to see the back of the card. I want to see the top. I want to see everything about this car. If you're going to ask me, and if it gets more involved than 5 minutes, if I can look at something and say no, you know what I mean? It's been dyed with RIT clothing dye, or there'll be a car, a new 90s car in an 80s package, and it's like that didn't come. They buy it from but my brother's uncle's cousin's sister's friend found it at Walmart.
Yep. I've heard stories like that. I've seen them on eBay.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't work.
No.
In fact, one of my Mercedes was in a 2016 package. They're like, it's in the wrong box. It got misboxed, and I'm like, no, it didn't. It got final run 17 years before that card was made.
Right.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, there'll be a Thailand car in only Malaysia stuff. And it's like, no, the factory is totally those wheels were on something else thousands of miles away. There's no way that they would have been, and this is the only thing. Or I'll get something, that's 40 years old, and they'll say, well, it's gotta be real. I said, well, all right, for 40 years, why is this the only one that has showed up?
Yeah.
Right? Not like, I'm guessing, but out of all the variation collectors that I know and that I deal with and the books that I've read and the books that I've written, why is this showing up now in a beat up package? And, but they won't take no. Like when the fake prototypes were showing up from the factory prototypes.
Mm-hmm.
People said, "Oh, look at this! I paid $400 for this prototype." So, well, one, it's not a prototype; it's a factory custom.
Mm-hmm.
And why would you pay $400? You're asking me now after you already paid for it. But it's got to be real. No, it don't have to be real. So. But they don't want to. They ask you, and then they don't want your actual answer.
Yeah, because I know years ago I actually reached out to you. I had a Purple Passion that was in a Purple Passion box, and I couldn't figure out where it came from. And I had sent it to you, and you were like, "Oh, that came from the Cal Custom, the big California box. It was the one that was in there, and someone had removed it from that box and put it into a Purple Passion box." So they could hang it with their collection. I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Thanks,
Yeah.
It's like, and then I looked it up, and it was.
It's not like I say because I said so.
No. You showed me where it was at in the line.
Yeah, I'm not guessing. So.
No, and I still have that somewhere.
Brent, what was your question?
Why do you have such the love for the Hot Wheels train sets?
Because they're different. I don't know why. No.
Okay.
It's because it's an oddity, like the Hot Wheels underwear and sunglasses.
True, very true.
And it's something that I can complete.
Yeah.
There are the Canadian ones, the Canadian National and Canadian Pacific, which are the hardest ones to get. So that's the hunt for me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I said, you can have all kinds of money, but being able to find something cool,
Yeah.
that's so. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something different, and it's something that I can complete.
There you go.
You know.
Eventually complete.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Eventually.
right. It's
I've
a
been-
hunt. It's a hunt for trying to complete it.
Yeah.
Like getting all the real riders or something. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it's something obtainable.
Yeah.
It's one of the few things that's probably in Hot Wheels that's attainable. Is only after it's been retired can you guarantee that it's attainable.
Well, even then, that's not 100% true.
Right.
I mean, I've been hunting for 3 cars for 5 years, and because that's all I thought I needed. And in that time frame, I've added 9 more that I didn't know about previous.
Right.
They just keep popping up. So
I still think there's a Bulgarian variation out there.
let's not talk about that. The Mexico one
But
hurt bad enough.
You know what else gets you though? Like when I found the Canadian freight set, I bid on it, and I got up to like $500, $600, and I'm getting frustrated, and my wife says, "What's the matter?" And I said, do I want to spend that much money on this set? And she says, "Well, when was the last time you saw one?" I never saw one.
Mhm.
When's the next time you're going to see another one? I'm probably never going to see another one. So she says, "Well, how bad do you want it?" So she said, "I'll give you a couple $100 more than what you got."
Nice.
So there you go.
That's true love.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here, buy a toy.
Yeah. But
I mean,
that's,
yeah.
yeah. No, go ahead. I mean, that's another thing too. Having a wife or a girlfriend or a partner, that knows how you feel about it. I don't drink. I don't smoke. That's a part of my life that was long gone. So, and we all have friends that will spend $400 or $500 a weekend in a bar,
Mhm.
whatever. So, she knows where I am, and usually we are together. She's coming this time to Iowa.
Yep.
And she goes to LA with me and all the other shows. So
Yep.
that's
We'll
important.
See you guys here in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you
Okay.
going to say, Brent?
The other end.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's the same thing with us all the time.
The ents.
It's the other end.
That's what Aaron says. It's the ents.
No, I mean, significant others really do play a huge important role in supporting what we do as collectors and being a part of the hobby. I mean, heck, Robin even said yes after being up till like 1:00 in the morning and down in Dallas. That was still pretty coolest thing I've ever seen. That was yeah.
And I didn't get to go to Dallas, so.
I got to tell you about Dallas. Another thing, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I was in so much pain in Dallas, I couldn't walk. I had issue with my back. My right leg went out, and I mean, no matter what I did, what I took, it just did not go away. And that's why a lot of people didn't see me walking around at night, because I couldn't walk at all. So, and that's another cool thing about going to conventions. I love going to people's rooms, like showing up at 1:00 in the morning, just talking and hanging out, and just having fun. That's another big cool thing about conventions, events.
I'll be honest, Dallas, that was my first convention. I didn't go through one autograph line. I didn't do any of that, and I regret doing that because when we went to LA that fall, I was like, oh, wow, I missed so much. I was so worried and focused about going on room to room and doing all that. I missed so much that I wish I could do that again.
But you learned from what you did or what you
Yes.
didn't do. You know,
Yeah.
There's times that I don't think I've ever hit every room at an
No.
event. You
I
know,
don't think you can.
yeah, it's I'll start out, and then of course I'll start talking to somebody, and you end up, it's 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning. Got to get some sleep because I got an autograph session, at 10 o'clock. So, well, yeah, it's just kind of fun because I remember what it was like when I had my room, and Larry would come walking into the room, and I go, "Oh my God, it's Larry Wood! It's Larry Wood!" So here I'm walking around with Larry and Brendan and Walker, and we're just cruising into people's rooms and busting their chops and just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was probably the coolest thing I got to do in Sioux City by far, was getting to just hang out, walk around, go do a little room to room shopping, and getting to converse with you and kind of figure out that what you really liked and whatnot. And that was fun.
Yeah, it is. It is, and unless you're hanging with somebody who likes the same stuff. One day Walker and I saw a box. Now, Walker's a little bit bigger than me, right? So we both see this box full of like workhorses and stuff like that. And we both dived for the box at the same time. So after I woke up, the box was empty, and but yeah, that's a tough one when you hang out with somebody who collects the same stuff you do.
And as Barb pointed out, she said you should do all the seminars too, which
Yes.
I will admit, when we were in Cali, we did not do that many seminars. I don't think we did any. And then when I got to go to Atlanta last year, that was my second show that I was able, my second convention that I was actually able to go to. And we went to your seminar on insuring your collection, which I still haven't done. And this year in Charlotte, there's like 2 or 3 of them that I kind of want to go to this time around. So
Yep.
Yeah, they're all, go to the ones that you think are gonna benefit you. They're free.
mm-hmm.
Learn whatever you can. And again, that's the most important thing when you're in the hobby. Learn as much as you can so you don't get taken advantage of. I mean, that's the reason I wrote my very first book, because people were getting taken advantage of by people making fake variations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, learn as much as you can and hit the seminars. You're going to have time to go to most of the room to room anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're oh, go ahead, Brent.
I was gonna say, one of them that I'm really planning on, there's a highway hauler one again this year.
Yep.
And there's a Sipsis one that I want to go check out. So
Cool.
a little more learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much as you can.
And we're definitely going to be at the club meeting, or where all the clubs get together and go over that. We missed that. We got told to be there.
we were literally like,
if
hey,
you're
why weren't you guys here? Sorry.
If you're charter, you're supposed to be there. So,
Yeah, we were still learning at that point.
So,
well, the first time you go to a convention, you're on Hot Wheel overload.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know, man. It's you don't know where to go first. You don't know what to do first. So
yeah,
there's nothing you can do about it.
It's kind of it's hard to explain to somebody what it's like to go until they go, and then they're like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. Like I couldn't look at a Hot Wheel for like a month after Dallas.
And with me, when we went to LA in 2018, I flew out a day before he did. So I flew from Omaha to LA. I didn't know anybody there. So for like the first 4 hours I was there, I was by myself. I had no clue. And I was just like, oh, this is fun. So I went walking around, and I went in and out of a couple of rooms, and I ended up buying I think I bought a couple $100 worth of stuff in the first 4 hours I was there. And then I was like,
it don't take much.
And I was like, and I was in one room, and there was a couple of guys that were making a deal on a couple of reds, and he's like, yeah, I can do 14. Yeah, that'll work. And I'm like, I'm not to be eavesdropping. Are we talking 100 or grand? And he goes, grand. I said, I'm leaving this. I'm like, I'm out of this room. I can't be in here. That's more money than that's
Right,
way more money. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I was like, no, don't touch, don't look at anything, don't hurt anything. And I was like, because I had never been on that level of a room. And that was just 2 cars that were laying on the bed. There was thousands of cars in this guy's room. And I'm like, I don't know anything about red lines. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So I left.
I walk into some of those rooms. My hands are in my pocket. I'm staying away. Because there's no way that I want to break anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can equate it like taking a farm kid, 13-year-old farm kid, bringing him to Fort Lauderdale for spring break, and there's nothing but girls in bikinis. Okay, that kid don't know which way to turn his head. And for Hot Wheels collectors to go to a convention where there's nothing but Hot Wheels, and there's hundreds of rooms filled with Hot Wheels, little miniature Hot Wheels stores.
Mm-hmm.
It's you don't know what to do with yourself, and you've only got so much money in your pocket. And what do I buy? Because everything you're looking for is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then some things you weren't.
Right. Yeah. There's things that I see. It's like, I didn't know that was there. I didn't know they made that. So of course I had to buy it.
Yep.
And so
like when I got this in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They're Mattel proof pictures.
Yeah. But that's what you collect.
That's and of course it happens
thing.
to have a certain car on it. So
yeah. So
Reagan
knows how often does Bigfoot visit, and does he say hi?
Bigfoot just cruises through the backyard on his way up to the TV towers there we got, and he just hangs out, but never said hi.
It's weird. I thought he'd be here tonight.
Yeah, well, you know how Bigfoot is.
Yeah.
Very, very elusive, and now with COVID, he's like the social distancing guy.
Mm-hmm. He is the champion of that.
Yes, he is.
We have a great big one of those black cutouts, for your backyard. We got one down the road here, and every time I go by it, I say I got to get a picture of it, and I never do.
My buddy has one of those he's got 10 acres, and if you're sitting on his front porch, it's down in the tree line. So like when new people come over to his house, then he'll be like, yeah, I don't know all this over there. He goes, what the hell is that? And then he's like, oh, that's just Bigfoot. Don't worry about it. He's just cruising through the yard. There's fun.
We've had all kinds of stuff come through here. We had mountain lions and wolves and bears and you name it. We got walking through here. So put a trail cam up, and I'm sure we'll find a picture of Bigfoot.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I'm through all my questions. Brent,
I got nothing left. Nothing left.
We're looking at 2 hours there, man. Holy
I know.
moly.
It doesn't take long, does it?
No. I was like, I was looking at this and we're like, we got to question 1. Okay.
Yeah, I've got one. I'm running off a cell phone, so I have 2 phones. One is for my comments. It's no longer on, and the one that's shooting video is at 13. So,
well, in that case, I think we've come to the favorite part of the night. Did you have something, Brent?
I technically don't, but I could open this new 6-pack that just came in the mail.
I got a 5-pack.
You got like 50 seconds before you get 2 hours.
Go for it, Kent. Oh,
Rip.
He didn't even explain what it was. Nothing.
No.
He just destroyed it.
Victory Lane 5-pack. It's got the Holden Commodore SS, Callaway C7, 355 Challenge, Ford Escort, and semi-truck. There we go.
He's a little destructive. I'm going to do mine a little bit easier because I have the new 6-pack set, that just came in from Amazon, and it's
iCloud
lovely
300.
bubble mailer that it was in. So the package is completely destroyed. So it doesn't really matter because it got destroyed, and I was planning on opening it anyways. So
There you
go ahead and get this thing out of here. I was going to open a black wall or a blue card, but I did not have any available to me. So there's
Cool.
all of these, and this one is. I can't get it out without dropping them all.
Yeah,
There
we
we go.
broke the 2 minute.
There
Oh,
we
that
go.
one's mine. Yep, that one's mine.
No, that was mine. Sorry, Hoss. But thank you, Mike. We really appreciate you stopping on tonight. It was an
You too.
amazing time.
A lot of fun. Thanks.
We'll have to do it again sometime.
You are welcome to come back anytime.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you on.
Have
Thanks
fun.
for staying up past your bedtime, and
I'm good. I'm good.
good night, everyone.
Thanks,
Night.
everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.